Good morning. You know, I have this paradox that the more you say, the more difficult it is for me to write something. But anyway, here we go. The summary of yesterday, I gave it the label, a letter to the minister. Now, the day focused a lot on politics and policy making, and it provided insight in what actually is happening and how reality shapes the degrees of freedom one has to respect in defining and implementing solutions. Now, we exchange a lot, research finding, experiences, models, and strategies. And on the one hand, you know, it becomes more apparent that we are very different. We are determined by our own social, economic, historical, and cultural factors. Now, on the other hand, we share, I believe, underlying principles. And different labels were used for that, you know, like passion, motivation, craziness, you know, to care for those in our society that struggle and don't get the chances they deserve. Also, it's pointed out on a number of occasions that you cannot just copy one solution, you know, like in your own situation, even though it might sound brilliant. However, there are things, you know, that surface time and time again, you know, like in different situations, different countries, different circumstances. Well, I'll name a few. First things first, you know, you see that in the examples of yesterday, but also of the day before, you know, addressing the largest injustices such as reducing the number of schools under trees, eliminating the situation of children having to bring their own chairs to school, addressing illiteracy, preventing exclusion of girls. Then there are a number of strategies, you know, that we seem to have in common. You know, cash or in-kind transfer to poor families, public investments in educational inputs for poorer schools or material inputs, linking education to jobs. Now, and this relates probably to one of the topics today when we talk about transitions. Yesterday again, you know, in different situations, what occurred was balanced role between central and local governments. And it includes, you know, using central funds to spur and support reform where conditions for success exist, but also avoiding the risks of decentralization that could foster inequity or exclusion. I think one of the themes that comes back almost every day is teachers, teachers, teachers. Then we also saw an example, you know, like of a strategy or a situation and then a strategy for a minority group. And then, you know, people resonated to that. They said, hey, you know, this could also apply, or some of it, or I recognize things that are similar for a population of minorities, migrants, or refugee groups in my environment. And then, paraphrasing the passion and craziness of before, commitment, dedication, patience, and persistence. At the end of the day, we did a simple exercise, which was called a letter to the minister. And, you know, it was much fun, we all had a few laughs, but it also showed immediately that you can have many ideas, you know, but in practice, you know, like there are a lot of obstacles or a lot of things that you have to take into account. What I do believe, you know, is that if we, or when moving forward, at least at a minimum what we share are a number of key values and our inspiration. The last thing that comes back, you know, almost every day is this concept of voices. You know, and we say that voices are important, and sometimes we refer to the voices that we think are not here or are not heard. But at the same time, I believe that, you know, if you look at the audience, there are voices representing government, administration. There are voices representing students. You know, there are voices representing experts. There are voices representing consultants. There are voices representing minorities. So in that sense, you know, many voices are here. And then I thought, I have to tell you a small story again, because I've done it every day. And yesterday evening I was struggling and I was too tired. But this morning, walking around the lake, it came to me. You have this program in the Netherlands on television, which is very successful, and they try now to sell worldwide. And it's called The Voice of Holland. And basically, it is a talent show. And what happens is this. You have singers, young, old, experienced, non-experienced. They sing for an audience and a jury. But in the first round, the jury members are sitting with their back to the singers. So the only thing that convinces them, is the voice. And I was thinking, maybe for all of us, this is the situation we are in. We have to sing, and on the quality of our voice, the chairs have to turn around. I wish you a good day.